Try to remember your third birthday. You cannot. Almost nobody can. And that is deeply strange when you think about it. You were alive. You were experiencing things. You were laughing, crying, learning, feeling, and yet the vast majority of it is just gone. Not fuzzy, not blurry, gone. You can remember what you had for breakfast 3 days ago. You can remember a conversation from last week in detail, but the first 5 years of your life, years that shaped everything about who you are almost completely inaccessible to you. This is not a malfunction. It has a name. Scientists call it childhood amnesia, and the reason it happens will completely change how you think about memory, identity, and what it actually means to be you. Here is the first thing most people get wrong. They assume childhood amnesia happens because the brain is too immature to form memories when you are young. That is not true. Babies and toddlers form memories constantly. Studies show that infants as young as 6 months can remember specific events for weeks. Children at age 2 can recall things that happened to them months earlier. The memories are forming. They are just not surviving. The question is why. Neuroscientist Paul Frankland at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto discovered something remarkable. The very process that builds your brain during childhood is the same process that destroys your early memories. It is called neurogenesis, the rapid generation of new neurons in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. During the first few years of life, your hippocampus is producing new neurons at an extraordinary rate. And every time a new neuron integrates into an existing memory network, it disrupts that network. It overwrites it. The new growth literally pushes out the old recordings. Your brain was building itself so fast that it could not keep the footage. But that is only half the story. Because neurogenesis slows down around age 7, and yet most people still cannot remember much before age 3 or 4. So something else is also happening. That something is language. Psychologist Katherine Nelson at the City University of New York spent decades studying how children develop autobiographical memory, the ability to remember your own life as a story. Her research revealed that memory and language are deeply intertwined. To store a memory in a way that you can consciously retrieve it later, you need a narrative structure. You need to be able to say, this happened, then I felt this. That narrative structure requires language. And before you have language, you cannot build that structure. So the experiences happen, the emotions are real, the sensations are vivid, but they cannot be encoded in a form your adult brain can access. You experienced your early childhood in a language you later forgot how to speak. Here is where it gets stranger. The memories did not disappear completely. They went somewhere else. Research in implicit memory shows that your early experiences, the ones you cannot consciously recall, are stored in a different part of your brain, not in the hippocampus where conscious narrative memories live, but in deeper structures like the amygdala and the cerebellum. These structures store emotional and procedural memory. They remember how things felt. They remember patterns. They remember threat and safety and comfort and fear, without storing the specific event that taught them those things. This means your earliest memories are not gone. They are running underneath your conscious awareness, shaping your behavior, your emotional responses, your sense of safety in relationships, without you having any idea where those patterns came from. The reason you feel inexplicably comfortable in certain environments. The reason certain tones of voice make you tense without knowing why. The reason you are drawn to certain kinds of people. Much of that is your early childhood, operating in the background, in a language you cannot read, but that your body never stopped speaking. Psychologist Siegel at UCLA calls this the foundation below the floor. The experiences you cannot remember are the ones that built the building. You live in the structure every day without being able to see what it was built on. And there is one more layer to this. The few childhood memories you do have, the ones that made it through, are almost certainly not accurate. Every time you recall a memory, you are not playing back a recording. You are reconstructing it. And every reconstruction is influenced by everything you now know, everything you now feel, and the last time you recalled it. Memory researcher Elizabeth Loftus at UC Irvine spent 50 years demonstrating that human memory is not a video camera. It is a Wikipedia page. Anyone can edit it, including you. The birthday party you think you remember from age 4, the cake, the candles, the feeling may be assembled from photographs you saw, stories your parents told you, and fragments of other birthdays stitched together by a brain that cannot tolerate gaps in its own story. You did not remember it. You built it. So what does this mean for you? It means that the version of your early childhood you carry around is a reconstruction built from incomplete materials by a brain that needed a story to tell about itself. It is not a lie, but it is not a recording either. It is the best version your brain could assemble with the tools it had. And the parts you cannot remember, the years before language, before narrative, before the self that could witness its own experience, those parts are not lost. They are in you, in the way you move through the world, in what feels safe and what feels threatening, in what you reach for when you are afraid, and what you do when you feel loved. You cannot remember your third birthday, but your body was there, and it remembers everything.